Hello, friends, and welcome to our reading corner. We have a great book today. How many of y'all ever wished for the perfect pet? Well, our story today, we're gonna find out who gets the perfect pet. So let's jump into our book, and then we have a fun activity we're gonna do after we read our story. Are you ready? The perfect pet. Elizabeth really wanted a pet. Her parents really did not. They gave her a plant instead. Could you imagine asking for a pet and you get a plant instead? Mind you, it was a very good-looking plant, as cactus plants go. And it had quite a prickly sense of humor. Elizabeth named it Carolyn, which seemed to suit it just fine. It was absolutely no trouble, and it was a very good listener. Snuggling was a bit of a challenge. However, Elizabeth managed a quick hug now and then. Elizabeth really did like the plant, but she still really wanted a pet, and she had a plan. The element of surprise. So how about a horse? Huh? What? Who? Said father. Who? What? Huh? Said mother. So she's trying to get a horse. I could ride it, give it carrots, lumps of sugar. A horse would be the perfect pet. What do you say? Father yawned. A horse is too big. Mother sighed. Our yard is too small. Why, it would eat us out of house and home, said father. A horse is not quite perfect, dear, said mother, going back to sleep. Not quite perfect, said father sleepily. Scratch the horse. Now she's gonna catch them off guard. What about a dog? Huh? What? Who? Said father as he stood in front of the mirror shaving. Who? What? Huh? Said mother, peeking from behind the shower curtain and dripping soapy water. I could take it for walks, teach it tricks, feed it treats, play fetch. A dog would be the perfect pet. What do you think? Father spit shaving cream. Dogs bark. They're much too loud. Mother grabbed a towel. They jump all over the furniture. A dog is not quite perfect, Elizabeth said father as he shaved. Not quite perfect, called mother from the shower. Forget Fido. Oh, I wonder what she's gonna do now. The full stomach. You know what would hit the spot right about now? Asked Elizabeth. I'm thinking a cat. Huh? What? Who? Said father. Who? What? Huh? Said mother. Now she's gonna try and convince them why a cat will be the perfect pet. A cat could lick the plates, curl up in my lap, drink leftover milk, and we'd always know what to do with all that extra string. A cat would be the perfect pet. So how about it? Father picked up the newspaper. Cat scratch. Mother cleared the table. Cat shed all over. A cat is definitely not the perfect pet, said Father. Achoo! I'm sneezing already, said Mother. Cross off kitty. Go for broke. How about a bird, bunny, turtle, fish, guinea pig, rat, any, all? Take your pick, said Elizabeth. Her parents looked at each other. Nope, afraid not. Not quite. Too fishy. Don't even go there. What's left? Moaned Elizabeth. Doug. Elizabeth was thinking she would never, ever find the really, really, really perfect pet when, what do you know, she really, really did. In fact, she almost stepped on it. Right there on a rug, a bug. Elizabeth picked him up. She held him in her hand, looked him in the eyes. He wasn't too big. He most definitely was not too loud. He couldn't jump on the furniture, didn't scratch, didn't shed. And how much food could he possibly eat? He was the perfect pet. Carolyn totally agreed. Doug moved right into the lovely house in the corner of Elizabeth's room. It had everything a bug could possibly want and more, including his very own cactus plant. As Carolyn was only a hop, skip, and jump away, he truly enjoyed sunning himself in her sand. Of course, Elizabeth provided him with enough crumbs to satisfy any growing bug's appetite. As expected, their relationship was a tad different than the usual. Doug could not give Elizabeth a pony ride. She could not take him for a walk. He could not catch a ball or fetch, no matter how many times they practiced. And try as he might, Doug just couldn't get the hang of playing with string. But he was very helpful with homework. He always knew where to put a decimal or a period. And he loved snuggling up with Elizabeth each night for a story. What more could you ask? He was perfect. With all those crumbs and plenty of sun, Doug grew by leaps and bounds. He was one big healthy bug, and then some. The only trouble really came on Saturday morning, many weeks later. Elizabeth's mother came into her bedroom to get the laundry, and there was a bug in that bed, she screamed. It was Doug. A bug, shouted Father, ready to swat. That's Doug, said Elizabeth very protectively. He's my pet. Her parents looked at each other. Pet? Pet, said Elizabeth. Just like you wanted. He's not big like a horse. He isn't loud like a dog. He doesn't jump on furniture, scratch, or shed. And he hardly eats a thing. But a bug? Asked Father. A bug? Repeated Mother. Doug, said Elizabeth. And he's perfect. One big happy family. Think we should have said yes to the dog, whispered father to mother. Mother shrugged. I don't know. We have more room on the couch with the bug. Elizabeth smiled and tossed Doug a piece of popcorn. Wow. So Elizabeth went through so much trying to convince her parents about what pet she should get. And she ended up with the perfect pet. All right, so we have an activity we're gonna do next. Come on over and join me. All right, friends, so for our activity today, you're gonna help me name these pictures that are on this paper and tell me the beginning sound. What letter do each one of these pictures begin with? Are you ready to help me? What's this picture a picture of right here? This is a worm. So what sound do we hear at the beginning of worm? Worm. We hear this sound, and this is the letter W. Worm. What about our picture here? What is this a picture of? That's right, turtle. Was this one of the things Elizabeth asked for in the story? It was one of the things she asked for, turtle. Then we have rocks. Rocks. What sound do we hear at the beginning of rocks? R for rocks. What about fish? What sound do we hear at the beginning of the word fish? We hear the F sound for fish. And what is this a picture of? Cat. We hear the K sound, the letter C at the beginning of cat. Very good job. And then you see we have another row here, but we're just gonna focus on this row here. We have worm, turtle, rocks, fish, and cat. So we have the letters W, T, R, F, and C. Awesome job, friends. Thank you so much for helping me sound out these words and telling me the beginning sound of each picture. Awesome job. I hope you had fun. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed our story, The Perfect Pet, and helping me with our activity. So as you can see, Elizabeth had a hard task of trying to convince her parents of what pet would be the perfect pet for her. And what pet did she end up with? A bug. Who would have ever thought that a bug would be the perfect pet for Elizabeth? But she made it the perfect pet that she could. So again, I hope you enjoyed our story, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.